Hey guys, how's it going? I hope everyone is doing good whenever you tune in and see this. So, we are going to be doing general astrology notes real quickly, and then we'll be doing Aries and Taurus for March. We're going to be doing general readings with the bones and charms. And after the live is done, I will be providing timestamps for some people who may just want one or the other. All right, so everyone is welcome, regardless of where you may have Aries and Taurus in your individual birth chart. So I just want to go ahead and make sure we're good on sound and that we are also good on going public on Facebook, because sometimes it just doesn't connect the right way. So just give me 1 second here, guys. Let's see. Okay. All right, so we're going live on Facebook. And then I just want to make sure our sound is good as well. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, I was on the wrong YouTube. Okay, so sound is good. All right, so let's go ahead and just kind of put this over to the side and put the incense over here as well. All right, so yeah, we'll talk about astrology for a little bit briefly, and then like I said, we'll get into the general readings for bones and charms. And so I'll go over, when we get there, what's on the mat and kind of like what it means and the breakdown and all that stuff. And I will be bringing the camera down in a little while so you can see everything more up close in detail. All right, but yes, so we're starting, I'm starting filming this on March 3rd, okay? But I did want to talk about what happened on March 1st, okay? So we did have Venus going into retrograde. So Venus rules love, values, assets, money, right? But mainly relationships, okay? So when it goes into that retrograde phase, right? So it appears like it's going backwards through the sky. It really puts a focus on relationships and having an introspection there, like taking time to reassess things and kind of just slow down a little bit. So that's what kind of any retrograde, whether it's a planet or asteroid, is doing, right? So it's having us go back over so it can be revised, release, renew, right? It's just kind of that slow down period. All right, and then today we had Mercury, our planet of communications, entered into fire sign Aries. Okay, so we could find that some of our communications in the next couple of days are a little bit more fiery, let's say, or has something focused on entrepreneurship, leadership qualities, even, but just really having that kind of fiery energy there. All right. And then on March 6th, we have the first quarter moon. And one of the big things we always talk about when we talk about the moon, of course, is what the moon is doing. But as far as the full moon this month in March, it's going to be on March 14th. And it's the full moon total lunar eclipse. And it's going to be in the earth sign Virgo. Okay. So anytime you have a full moon, right, it's going to be heightened energy kind of the day before, the day of, and the day after. And depending on how sensitive you are, it can be like beyond that, right? And more individual for yourself. But anytime we have a full moon, it's going to have our emotions kind of a little bit more heightened, whether they're good or bad, okay? But it's really about releasing something and celebrating something that has maybe come to completion when we're in that full moon energy, okay? And then the following day, and some of you guys probably already know, especially if you're into astrology, we have Mercury going into retrograde on March 15th. So some people may have already started to feel the pre-shadow period leading up to Mercury retrograde. But again, anytime we have something in retrograde, and it's going to be about revise, release, renew, okay? So go back over something to slow down, So Mercury rules communications, electronics, media, all that stuff. Okay, so it can have us going over how we communicate with ourselves and with others. And it can, some people say, right, don't make big decisions during Mercury retrograde because you need to review something. But if it's something that you've already started previous to the Mercury retrograde, then you can still go ahead and sign those contracts, okay, or start something if it's been building for a couple of months. But normally, and of course it's an individual basis, but normally people say that you should slow down during that time period and really renew something before you sign, okay, or make a big decision. All right. Now, this is interesting. Like throughout the month, we have actually 4 planets and an asteroid that are in retrograde. So at this time, for everybody, right, it's really about slowing down, renewing some things, but like looking over the past, okay, and really going into that energy. Because on March 19th, we also have Juno going into retrograde, okay, and that's an asteroid, right? But it still affects us. So Juno talks about soulmates, partnerships, and commitments. It doesn't have to just be romantic, it can be work partnerships, whatever, friendships, etc. So again, it wants us to kind of slow down and revise some of those things, or have a reassessment, or just introspection in general, okay? Especially with, again, those 4 planets and the asteroid going retrograde throughout the month. It's just kind of a slowdown period, kind of for all of us in certain aspects, okay? Then moving forward on March 20th, we have, now we're moving into Aries season. So the sun enters Aries on March 20th. And then on the following day, on March 21st, Vesta is going to go into retrograde as well. So Vesta is about our aspirations, our plans, our goals, right? So again, kind of going over maybe what those things were before and what they are currently, and just kind of making sure that it is resonating with you, or resonating with someone else, or resonating with the environment or the collective, kind of before you move forward, okay? And then on March 22nd, we have the last quarter moon. And on March 27th, we have Venus is still in retrograde at this time, but it's going to be moving, into water sign Pisces, okay? So Pisces is like Neptune energy, right? It's also Jupiter, but more Neptunian energy, and it's about the underworld. It's about the unseen things. It's about creative energy, okay? But sometimes we don't see things all the way clearly. If you're familiar with tarot and Pisces, right, their not their sign, but their card in the tarot is the moon card. So not seeing something all the way clearly, and then with that energy, with the Venus retrograde, is really kind of putting us in the energy to have that reassessment, that introspection over our relationships, okay? And then we only have 2 more things coming up, right? Because it's a lot, but it's good. On March 29th, we have the new moon partial solar eclipse, but this time it's in Aries, since we're in Aries season, right? And then Mercury retrograde also enters Aries energy on that 29th of March. So new moon's about planting seeds, like for the future, what we want to manifest in the future. So with it being with that fiery energy, Aries being the first sign of the zodiac, go getter kind of energy, it can really help us plant those seeds. But it's still, because we're still in the Mercury retrograde, wanting us to be maybe even more proactive with finding, like, reviewing things and looking over things before moving forward, okay? All right, and then the last astrology note here is on March 30th, we have Neptune also enters into Aries, right? So we had Venus retrograde in Pisces. We were talking about the new moon in Aries, Mercury retrograde in Aries. Now we have Neptune in Aries. So I said it before, and I'll say it again one more time before we switch to our readings. But with 4 planets in retrograde, it's really kind of in the asteroid Juno. to slow down and go over things, okay? It can maybe even affect the way we communicate with ourselves and others. It could be misunderstandings or things with electronics or your car. Okay, it could be lots of stuff, but it's never coming from a place, the way that I look at it, from a place of fear, but a place of knowing that that aspect is there and then just kind of, going with it. So, anyway, those are our astrology notes for March. So now let's go ahead and maybe do a quick sound bell here to kind of just ground ourselves and clear the energy. And then we're going to go ahead and start with Aries, right? So we're talking about all these Aries things, okay? So if you're sensitive to sound, you can turn it down a little bit. Sometimes it does get a little loud, all right? But really, this is just a time for us to take a couple of deep breaths to get back in touch with our body and ourselves. And it's a good time for me as well to reconnect with my guides and then make sure I am delivering the messages to you guys as clearly as possible. All right, so this is going to be for Aries for March 2025. All right. Okay, and so I also wanted to say that when I shuffle the bones and charms, it also makes noise, right? So just bear with me. It's not going to be for the whole reading. All right, and again, I will take the camera down in a few moments so you can see everything more up close in detail. All right, thank you guys for your patience and understanding. All right, so spirits, please guide my hands. Messages for Aries, messages for fire sign Aries, the Ram for March. Messages for Aries, fire sign Aries for March 2025. Messages for Aries. Messages for Aries. Messages for Aries. Messages for Aries for 2025. March 2025. The highest good. Messages for Aries. Spirit, guide my hands. Messages for fire sign Aries. For Aries for March 2025. What does Aries need to see? What does Aries need to know for the highest good? Spirit, guide my hands. Messages for fire sign Aries. For fire sign Aries. Spirit, guide my hands. What does Aries need to see? What does Aries need to know? Messages for Aries. Messages for fire sign Aries, the Ram for March 2025. Messages for Aries. Messages for Aries. Messages for Aries. Fire sign Aries, the Ram for March. Messages for Aries. Messages for Aries. Messages for Aries. All right. Let's see. So I'm just going to bring some of the bones and charms a little bit closer that have gone that way so it doesn't change their meaning. And then I'm flipping over some of them as I grow through. So again, once I bring the camera down, you can see everything more clearly. But they're little tiny pieces, so to be extra gentle. And some of them I don't want to move when they're so close together because it will mess up the placement. So we'll do it as we go through the reading. And I think I'm going to take a picture at the end instead of the beginning that I will post later on my Facebook, like I always do, for some people who may want to look at it. But I'll wait till the end so we can flip some of those other charms over. Okay. Now, real quickly, one more thing as well. I'm just going to kind of ask Spirit where they want me to start this reading because it's different for every reading. All right. So just give me 1 second here. Spirits, please guide my hands. Spirits, guide my hands. Where do you want to start this Aries reading? Where would you like to start this Aries reading? Spirits, guide my hands. Okay, so like right there. Just gonna put my pen there so I remember. But yeah, it looks like they want to start in the relationships and love section. So it's gonna be all relationships, right? Romantic, platonic, self-love, all of the above. Okay. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take the camera down so you can see everything. So here we go for our little ride. Okay. So, Aries, if you can see, or anyone else that's watching, or you don't have to be a sun sign Aries, a lot of your bones and charms this month are pretty spread out, but it looks like the most active sections this month is going to be relationships and love and work and money. Okay. You still have stuff going on in body and mental and spiritual and conscious, but this is definitely where a lot of them fell. Okay. So we're going to start right here in just a moment. But I also wanted to say, while we're zoomed out a little bit, is that whatever falls in the center circle kind of affects all of the different aspects in the reading, okay? The different sections. So we do have some stuff here that's crossing through that circle, and they're all kind of touching each other, okay? So definitely, during even before your season starts here, Aries, if you're sun sign Aries before March 20th, there's definitely a lot of stuff going on, okay? And it can be good and bad. We don't know until we get into it, okay? But I just wanted to kind of say that. All right. So with that being said, the energy was really drawing me over here, okay, to this buckeye that we have here in relationships and love. Again, all types of relationships, romantic, platonic, self-love. But the buckeye represents abundance, okay? And when we're on the black mat, this is current, present energies, or even future, right? And then when we go off over here into the white part of the mat, it's still in those sections, but it's just past energy, okay? So what I can see here is that there's a lot of abundance going on in the relationship section here for you, Aries. And right behind it, but not touching here, we do have the bow and arrow. So this is the symbol for Sagittarius. Could have something to do with the Sagittarius or during Sagittarius season, or where you may have Sag in your chart, but it doesn't necessarily have to be about the zodiac sign, right? It's more about what it represents too. So because we're in relationships and love, it could be like, what are the goals and the aims? Where do we pull back that arrow and then kind of want to hit our target, okay? So that's definitely like a big theme going on here as well. Now I want to go a little bit into this past energy and then we'll move forward and talk about all these other things. Okay, so if you can kind of see where that dotted line is, and I'll put my pen there if it will stay roughly where it is. Okay, so all of this is still in the relationships and love section. All right, so the past could be a couple of days ago, weeks, months, years, etc., whatever the past is for you. And you could be watching this reading for not only yourself, but for someone you're dealing with, multiple people, your general environment situation. Okay, so always take it how it may resonate for you. And if you find it doesn't resonate, check your other placements, check your rising or ascendant sign, or even your moon sign. All right, but anyway, what I'm seeing here, Aries, is in the past, okay, with this skull here, somebody was really focused on their relationships, or the energy was, if it wasn't you or another person, okay? I also see that there was a lot of feminine energy here with the seashell, a lot of emotions around perhaps like how to set boundaries. So someone was chewing over and digesting this in the past, but it's also crossing a little bit into the future, current, present energies, okay? And what's really beautiful is not only do we have all this good luck here with the lucky rabbit's foot, but we have two different placements here, and it's going to be hard to see, but I'll show you. Is here you have the coffin, which is right on the line, and then you also have the skeleton hand, okay? So this one's a little bit in the past, but also in the current present energies. So this talks about passed on loved ones, friends, family, ancestors, spirit guides. It's like your spiritual team was really showing up here in the past and also in the future. And perhaps with this key being here, there's like some answers again around maybe setting some emotional boundaries, because this is the bobcat tooth. So cats are really good about having boundaries, right? They're like, nope, gotta do it correctly, right? You gotta come correctly, or you have to, just not be forceful, I guess. Okay. So that kind of, again, started in the past. Now let's see. This is trying to see if it's touching. No, well, it's not really touching. So I won't talk about this stuff over here. But underneath that green lucky rabbit's foot, we do have the wish charm as well. Okay. And then again, it was touching the coffin. So here, Aries, there could be some type of wish for good luck, like in the relationships, again, that started in the past and is still coming in here into the future, current, present energies. Excuse me. So I can also see that there could be some challenges here around perhaps like some part, big piece to the puzzle is like some kind of new ideas coming in here with the lightning bolt, and then we have the strawberry on top of it. So going over the details, the tiny details, the paperwork, or something about this new idea kind of energy coming in. So maybe there's like a little bit of challenges with that. This could have something, if we go this way, we have the chair, all right? This could have something to do with the home, okay, where you live, all right? But it could also be another way to look at it is, where do you feel at home in your relationships, right? So again, there's some kind of challenges around maybe some new ideas here, and going over the details. But I also see, if we go this way, Aries, we have this dog ankle bone here. So really talking about flexibility, right? So our bones support us and help us move, but they have to move with us, right? So there could be, it's like moving forward with these new ideas. Could be, a little bit hard, okay? But if the more that we welcome in this flexibility aspect, I really see it kind of helping you or someone else, multiple people, general environment situation. Now, with that flexibility, then here, right on the line, and they're all touching everything, right? We have the symbol for Pisces, or just the twin fish, right? So it could have something to do with the Pisces, or during Pisces season, or where you have Pisces in your chart. But if it's none of those things, or in addition to those things, it's really about going with the flow here, okay? Someone is maybe really thinking about that and trying to manifest that here with that raccoon claw, okay? Now, this is so interesting. It's like the baby, when it has its head down like that, is really talking about needing to rest, or something going on during the sleep time, right? So that could be astral world. But there's a little bit of stagnant energy here with the lock, and it could be like, when we talk about childlike energy, it could be actual your children or someone else's, or just inner child energy. It's like the baby's trying to put their hand on the yin yang. So the baby is reaching for some type of sense of balance here. And underneath the baby, I can see that we have, I don't want to move it because it's touching all these things. We have the deer tooth here, so chewing over and digesting, maybe how to get back to yeah, like a purity aspect, a more gentle aspect around this childlike energy. And if you can see, if we pull back a second, and hopefully the camera will focus in a minute, but you have your raccoon penis bone here, and then you have the turkey wishbone right here. So that baby is inside the turkey wishbone with a lot of other things, okay? Um, so it's like someone or some energy could be like wishing for this childlike energy, wishing for it's you have three aspects here, Aries, of equal give and take, okay? So you have the yin and yang here, right on the side here, and also crossing into the turkey wishbone. You have the balance scale, so Libra energy, equal give and take, justice, reciprocity. So this again could have something to do with a Libra during Libra season, or where you may have Libra in your chart. But so we go one, okay, with the yin and yang, two with the balance scales, and then three over here we have the freedom handcuffs. So freedom, balance, removing chains in some way is a big thing here. There could be a little bit of confusion here around. Okay, there's the cloud, just wanted to show you. And then this is the ship anchor. So confusion around safety and freedom, okay? So someone is maybe a little bit confused, or the energy is a little bit confused there, but it's really like aspecting those equal give and takes and that freedom energy. Now I can see under the baby, I don't know if I can show you guys, but we have Saturn hiding under there. I'm just gonna lift it up for a second. So there's Saturn, right? So Saturn energy, Capricorn Earth energy, right, is about, it doesn't have to be about Capricorn, but it's their ruler. It's about getting serious about something. So getting serious about this childlike energy and maybe how it can bring a more equal give and take, okay, an equal flow here. But there's also this Saturn energy that wants to come in that has Aries, you cutting away something here so you can keep following your North Star. So on top of the scissors was the North Star, okay? And if we go that way, you have your money bags here, and then it's touching Cupid and the fork. So we'll get into that in a second. But it's like when you or someone else or the energy cut something away here, then it's going to bring in all this abundance, okay? And if we also go this way here, Aries, we have the crown, we have the question mark, okay? And then we have the seahorse and the bicycle. So here, Aries, this could be about where we find our leadership qualities in our relationships, because we're all talking about this still in relationships and love, even though it crosses the line. Excuse me. So it's like there's a question here about maybe something to do with a higher up or a boss or your own leadership qualities or someone else's or someone that just has more knowledge or confidence in some way. There's a question there or a series of questions. This could have something to do with family with the seahorse here. This could be your blood family or whatever you consider your family or your tribe. But there's a lot of movement here. It could even have something to do with travel, but doesn't necessarily have to be. Okay. But the people that love you here and that you love, Aries, here with Cupid, all types of loves, again, we're in relationships and love, romantic, platonic, etc. They want to help you cut away whatever this is, because if you follow the arrow from Cupid, it's going towards the scissors, okay? And the people that love you and that you love also want maybe you to look at what you are digesting in terms of your relationships there with the fork, okay? So what type of relationships do we want? Who are we hanging out with? All those things are kind of showing up here, okay? Now the last thing I'll say as far as relationships and love, because you also have stuff over here that we didn't talk about, is that, and in here, again, this is one of your busiest sections this month, is we have the peace doves, and then we have the listening bells. We have one of the human tooth bones here, and then we have the dragonfly underneath that turkey wishbone. So someone could be chewing over and digesting and trying to listen to, how do I make my relationships more peaceful, and how do I keep, following my dreams and manifesting again the things that I wish for or someone else does, the general environment situation. Now, as we go this way, and I'll just pull it out so you guys can see everything here. So we have the elephant was on top of the ship charm, and then we have the bumblebee here. So elephants represent memories. So there could be something going on here, Aries, about memories of travel or memories being close to water. But these memories could also have something to do with our individual power and our community power here with the bumblebee, right? Um, and then when that goes back to that uh, Libra energy, going back to the balance scales, it's like somebody or some energy with that raccoon penis bone wants to be more proactive or assertive or aggressive around finding that. It's like, I really feel like it's like delegating task or not taking on too much is like a big thing here, Aries, for you this month. Um, so passing on some of the weight in certain relationships, not passing it on, but making sure that it's equal, right? And having that sense of freedom and having, like, taking away the confusion from where you find safety and freedom in your relationships is like a big thing here, okay? And that need to, again, go with the flow, thinking about how to get back to more of a gentle, pure sense in the relationships. It also could just be like, because there's so much going on in these two sections this month here, Aries really need more rest, or someone needs more rest. Or if it's not like more rest, it's like deeper restorative rest, like better quality sleep or something here is definitely showing up, okay? Excuse me. Okay, time for some water. Um, so that's what I see as far as relationships and love. All right, but now let's naturally gonna go and move into the work and money section here, Aries. Okay, because again, you have like a lot of crossover, and again, whatever falls in that center circle is gonna kind of affect all the different areas this month. So I want to start in the past here, and then we'll move into the future, current, present energies. All right. But if we go all the way back here in the past, Aries, I really see that someone or some energy was trying to manifest more support, and how the support systems may have started to change in the past in terms of work or money, finances, or being valued, right? So I definitely see that going on here with that snake vertebrae right next to the raccoon claw. Now, if we go this way, we definitely had a lot of good luck here as well in the past and in the future, current, present energies, because it crosses the line there a little bit. So, thinking about like what we wish for, wishing for good luck with the work, the money, the finances, or a sense of being valued. And again, your spiritual team showing up here with the coffin. So, pass on loved ones, friends, family, ancestors, spirit guides wanting to help with this. Okay, they're supporting it, right? They're right underneath it. Okay. I can also see here in the past, Aries, I'm just waiting for the camera to focus. There we go. So we have the feather here, and we also have my symbol for Capricorn, or the goat. So if it's not something to do with the Capricorn or during Capricorn season, or where you may have Capricorn in your chart, it's really about this resilient energy. So putting in the work and the effort around clearing something in the past in terms of work or money or finances. And also, if we go this way here, Aries, we have that first coyote penis bone touching Pegasus, the winged horse. So when we talk about penis bones and masculine energy as a stereotype, right? And we all have masculine and feminine. Higher vibrational masculine energy would be talking about being more proactive or assertive around feeling free, okay, with the work, the money, the finances. I do see here, Aries, that some kind of information is going to come through this month, whether you give this information or someone gives it to you or it just comes in general. Okay, but I really like to see the book charm here next to the yes coin. Okay, and I can see underneath the yes coin, and I'll move it now. We have, okay, look at that, beautiful. So you have the horseshoe and the ladybug inside, and then there's the safety pin. So it's like double good luck. Remember, you had the lucky rabbit's foot there, and now you have more good luck. And there's something like it's safe. Okay, there's some kind of thing coming in here, right? So whether you give a yes or someone gives a yes to you, or it's just that yes kind of energy, it's safe, and there's all this like beautiful good luck around it. Okay. This is really interesting too, and it kind of echoed a little bit in a different way in the relationship section. But here we have the lizard, if you can see it, and underneath it was our other honeybee, and then it's touching a piece of the armadillo vertebrae, their backbone, right? So there's a lot of healing energy here, Aries, um, around now, and work and money and finances being valued. What is the individual power and what is the community power when it comes to our support system? So if you think of an armadillo as an animal, right, they have that hard outer shell. So it's like maybe softening that or healing something around that. Like, and what is our support system when it comes to the work, the money, the finances are being valued? So it could be coworkers, it could be boss, or just other people, friends and family that support you with the work that you do, or your money or your finances here. But I definitely like to see that healing energy around it. Again, when I said it over here, Aries, it's like, delegating tasks to others and looking for more equal give and take and balance. That's also showing up in the work in the money section too. And there's a healing energy around that. Now, as we go this way here, Aries, we do have the alligator claw kind of coming off a little bit and going into the past just a little bit. And underneath it, we've got the coyote claw, and then we have the hummingbird. So the alligator claw is good luck as well, just like the lucky rabbit's foot. But it's also about striving for something, reaching for something, right? Because it's hands, it's the nails, right? Reaching out for something. And then if we put it with that coyote claw, it's double manifesting energy here, Aries, around what you or someone else is naturally good at. So the hummingbird flies backwards and they do things differently, but they get the sweetest nectar and they're the fastest bird. So there could be something going on here, Aries, with you or someone else, or with the energy in terms of your work or money or finances, that maybe you're doing something non-traditional or you're following your instincts here, and I feel like that's really a good thing. Okay, if we look back again in the past, you got another aspect of good luck, okay, in the past in terms of work or money or finances. Doesn't mean that things were perfect, right? But there was definitely, if we pull back, all this good luck and clearing energy that started in the past made it possible for perhaps this yes to come in, right? Made it possible for these things that we see on the black mat. Okay. And then if we look here, Aries, we got your angel coin showing up here, and it's right on the money word on the mat. Okay, so again, just like the coffin that was over here, is that this is your angel spirit guides, your spiritual team, maybe wanting to help you with these things, because there is a big transformation and change happening with the work, the money, the finances, with the butterfly out here. Okay. And with this seashell here right on the line too as well, this is feminine energy. So as a, stereotype, again, we all have masculine and feminine. It's about being soft or receiving, or being more open, okay, with this work or money or finances or sense of value transformation that's happening. Okay. Now, if we go this way and talk about all of this that's on the line, not in terms of relationships and love anymore, but in terms of work and money, it's like the people that love you also want you to think about, and they're helping you support What are you digesting at work? What's your work environment? What's your money um, philosophy? Okay, do you have a poverty mindset, or have you worked through that and now you're thinking about abundance and changing the way you think about work or money or finances, right? So they're definitely here supporting that. And they want more abundance for you. It's coming. We can see that there with the money bags. So keep following your North Star here, Aries, and cut away things that are no longer useful in terms of your work or money or finances. Keep following your North Star, right? And also, if there's something about a higher up or your own leadership qualities here, or someone that has more knowledge or confidence, um, you can question it or they can question it, okay? And this could have something to do with your work family, your coworkers here. It could have something to do also with your real blood family and how your work or money and finances affects them. Okay, so there's a little bit of some questions there. But with the bicycle also there, it's like go with go with the flow here, work through something. It could also have something to do with modes of transportation or a car or something, or even travel. But it's really showing all of this fast moving energy, okay? And the baby here again, wants you or someone else, Aries, to think deep thoughts and get the deep rest that you need, okay? With Saturn coming in here and getting serious about, well, how do I get back to a sense of purity and gentleness with the work, the money, the finances, or someone's sense of being valued, okay? Because that baby, remember, it was trying to reach for um, the the yin yang symbol here, reach for that balance, okay? So clear the stagnant energy that maybe they're a little bit around. How do I find balance? Clear those things, cut those things away with the scissors. And then if there's still a little bit of confusion in terms of work or money or finances around your sense of freedom and safety, like where's my job safety, where's my money nest egg, right? All those things. It could be, I'm just giving examples, it doesn't have to be that. But finding some equal give and take there and a sense of justice, because we do want, or you do want, Aries, or someone else, or the energy, this individual power and community power at work, right? And you're not taking on everything. Everybody's kind of doing their part, because there's like all these memories around something to do with travel. Maybe you want to travel, maybe you want to take a vacation, okay? And you need to take a vacation, but you have to work with other people's schedule at work and the boss and etc., okay? Or maybe there's some memories here just around being by water and how healing it is as well, and the need to go with the flow through this work transformation here, also with that Pisces energy, okay? So the Pisces energy, the twin fish, they're going to go with the tide. They're not going to fight against it, because it's too hard to go upstream, right? You want to go with the water. You don't want to fight against it. So that's definitely showing up here too in terms of the work and money and finances. Now, as we go this way, again, there could be some challenges with some type of paperwork or going over the details here. But a big piece of the puzzle here, Aries, is these new ideas coming in terms of work or money or finances, okay? Now, the last thing I'll say here in terms of that is here we have, and these aren't really touching, it was just like that, but this is over here. We got the peace doves, we have the listening bells, we have one of the human tooth bones, and then we have the dragonfly. So really listening to how to bring in more peaceful energy at work with the finances or the money or how you're being valued, but really doing that, but also focusing on what you ultimately want. Like, what are your um, dreams, okay, for with the work, at work, with the money, the finances, okay? All right. So with that being said, let's now move into body and mental health here, Aries. Okay. So we're going to talk about some of the things in the past and then move forward. Okay. But I do want to say that even though these listening not listening bells, the listening seashell, okay, if it was a big one and you put it up to your ear, you could hear the ocean. it was very close to, but not touching the peace doves and the listening bells over here. So listening to how to bring in more peaceful energy and all these different aspects this month, Aries, is a big theme. Remember, I said too, if you watch the astrology notes, a lot of things are moving into that Aries energy, which could activate you even more. So maybe it's like saying less of that fiery energy and trying to calm it down a little bit, and just listening here for those things, listening to your dreams or what you or someone else wants to focus on. All right. But anyway, now let's go back this way. So here we have Aries, your other skull. And where you find a skull in the reading can tell you a lot about where someone's mind is at, or where it was, or where it will be. And it was kind of leaning on its side there. So you had the other one, remember, in relationships and love in the past. And in this one is half in the past, in the future, current, present energies with body and mental health. So someone could be thinking a lot about their own body or mental health or someone else's. But I also see here in the past, and what is the past? It could be a couple of days ago, weeks, months, years, etc. We also have here, Aries, the spider and the spider web, and then the nutmeg. So someone thinking about their body and mental health environment in the past and how to bring more abundance with that, and also possibly some type of support, because over here we have a piece of the whale vertebrae backbone. Okay, so how to have more of a support system to focus on the body and mental health here for someone, or for multiple people, or just for the general environment situation. Um, I also see here right on the line, and then coming into this section, is we have another human tooth bone here that is touching the second raccoon penis bone. So some energy or person is really thinking about how to be more proactive or assertive with that masculine energy, about someone's health or about your health. Now, there could be a lot of emotions going on here too, like even I feel like in the body, like because it's, the wish charm is like right on the, coming off of the word body that's on the mat. So maybe even energetically, right? There's like a lot of emotions, not necessarily trapped, forever, but they need to be released from the body. It can also be released from the mind, right? But with that being said, here too, there's a lot of success and prosperity here, Aries, with the fish charm here. And as we go this way, that's also right on the line and crossing into this section, we have the masculine energy charm, okay? We have the turtle and we have the frog. So here it's like stop and go energy, but I like it for you, Aries, because it's like be proactive and assertive. No, slow down. No, now you need to make a leap of faith, or someone else needs to make a leap of faith. So trusting in something where you don't necessarily know the outcome in terms of body and mental health. But I do see here that over time, with that masculine energy, and the rope charm here, and the coyote, second coyote penis bone, and then going over here, we have the seashell. It's really funny. It's cute. It's hiding the witch charm here that's right on the line. So this could be like, even over time, there could be friends from long ago. It could be one friend or a group of friends, or a friendly type of energy here, perhaps that's going to help you or help someone with their body and mental health. Okay, so I definitely like that. And as we go this way here, Aries, now we have double feminine energy. So someone chewing over and digesting with this other human tooth bone. And then we have the feminine charm that was hiding under there. Okay, and then we have that listening seashell. So it's like listening to being soft, open, and receiving, in this kind of health aspect. So I definitely like what's going on over here. So that's why I said in the beginning of the reading that the majority of your bones and charms here, Aries, fell in relationships and love and work and money, because whatever you or someone else or the energy has already been doing here, looks pretty good. Okay, so keep going, right? Keep being proactive, excuse me, and assertive. and go slow, but also don't go too slow, right? So if you need to make a leap of faith here, over time, it's definitely gonna pay off with something here. Okay, so I definitely like that. All right. Now, as we move into your last section here, Aries, we're now moving into your spiritual unconscious. Okay, so this could be also known as your intuition, what you feel at night, when you're sleeping, when you're alone. Okay, but that's the section that we're in now. So if we start out here in the past, this is really interesting. I haven't seen this in a while here, Aries. You have the bat charm. Okay, it fell on top of the fish vertebrae, and it's half in the past, half in the future, current, present energies. Okay, so the bat is about not only good luck. Sorry, hold on. Hermes, no. It's a delivery truck for the neighbors, and he acts stupid. Let me just close the door 1 second, guys. Oh, Hermes. It's okay. Oh, no. It's okay, Hermes. All right, we're just gonna keep going and try to talk over him. But here, Aries, there's this good luck around a support system. Okay, so what is your support system? Friends, family, romantic lover, etc. Everyone's going to be different. Okay, but there's good luck here in the past and the future current energies, and there's putting an emphasis on our subtle communications. So bats use echolocation to communicate because they can't see, right? So this makes sense when we're talking about the spiritual unconscious, because a lot of times we can't see those things. I mean, some people do see spiritual energy and spirits, right? But it's also kind of like showing up here with this aspect to know that your support system shows up in different ways, right? Your support system is going to come in and um, communicate with you in subtle ways, okay? So it's like listen to the messages this month for sure, okay? I love this, Aries. Here we have your sun charm, okay? So this represents spiritual unconscious happiness. Over here, I can see it's really talking about planting some seeds, even from long ago or past life energy here with the mermaid. And then the corn charm, planting seeds, something of substance, this deep, right, spiritual, unconscious, intuitive energy. Um, the only other thing I see here in the past, Aries, is we have Leo the lion energy here showing up. So it could have something to do with the Leo or during Leo season, or where you may have Leo in your chart. But it doesn't necessarily have to be, okay? It's just really about having passion and courage and creativity and that fiery energy. It started here in the past, and it could have been a catalyst for what's kind of going on here with all of this spiritual unconscious happiness. Okay, so I definitely like that. Now this is cool. Your broom was kind of on the side here, if you can see that. Okay, so there could be some type of spiritual unconscious message, okay, coming in here with the envelope charm, so a letter, message, document. But it's like don't. It's very interesting. Don't usually see it this way, but that's the way I'm getting it, and that's how I'm gonna read it. Is like it's like don't pay attention to this message, or when you get this message or you deliver this message, it needs to be swept away. um yeah, that's just kind of what it's saying. Now this could have something to do, but doesn't have to be, with a teacher, a mentor, or a guide here with the apple charm, or this is something about your own leadership qualities here, Aries showing up. But if we go this way, and then we have right here in the center, we're going to talk about it. This is also a clearing agent, just like the broom. Okay, so old leaves fall, and so new leaves can grow. So it's like double clearing or cleansing something here, and it's probably around this irresponsibility energy. So this could be you or someone else, multiple people, just the general environment situation. But it's interesting because it's in the spiritual unconscious. So how can you be irresponsible, or someone else, right? Not saying you, Aries, don't attack me. How can we be irresponsible spiritually and unconsciously? if we're not listening to our intuition, that could be, seen as being irresponsible spiritually, unconsciously. An example, right? But this could be someone else or just an energy here. So it's like really filter out. I'm hearing Aries, like these messages that are coming through. Okay, so if you are one of those people that travel a lot in the astral world or have really deep spiritual dreams, it's like maybe even just clearing that. Okay, so not all messages that we receive do we need to hold on to, too. Okay, so that's a big thing there. But still, spiritual happiness, focus on the sun over here, planting the seeds of substance too. Now, as we go this way, because this is also on the line and touching these other things and crossing over into spiritual and conscious, is we got that masculine charm again. We have the turtle, we've got the frog, we have the coyote penis bone, the rope, the seashell, and the witch charm. And then the raccoon penis bone. So double masculine, triple masculine energy here, Aries, around making some type of spiritual leap of faith here. Like go slow with it, but still take action, whether it's you or someone else or the energy. Because over time there's a friendly type of energy that wants to help build this with you, whether it's one friend or multiple friends or just a friendly energy. And as we go this way, it's like chewing over and digesting also the feminine energy, right? So we had listening to feminine energy, being more open and receiving something here in terms of the spiritual unconscious, okay? Actually, yeah, we got feminine energy over here as well, right? And then if we go back here and go over all of this again, we kind of said it already in different ways, but there's a real emphasis here, Aries, on balance, right? So the balance scales, the yin and yang, the freedom cuffs, cutting something away. So here your loved ones, people you love and that love you, want you to also think about your spiritual unconscious diet. What are you digesting and listening to and absorbing, right? If there's negative things, cut those away. Keep focusing on following your North Star and having more spiritual abundance as well. Getting that deep rest I talked about before. And if it's too deep or the spiritual messages aren't for you or they're just negative, like clear that away, okay? Because you can also be a leader, right? Remember I said here with the apple, you can be a spiritual leader in lots of ways, okay? Or you're, in addition to that, or you're working with a teacher, a mentor, a guide, but it's showing up here. It's like, don't question your own leadership qualities if this is about you, because whether it's your blood family or your whoever you consider your family or tribe, they want to travel with you spiritually. They are traveling with you spiritually, okay? Or they're supporting all of this like spiritual movement to clear the stagnant energy with the lock again and focusing more on this balanced energy. Now, if there's memories, again, like astral travel here with the baby face down and then the ship charm and the elephant, to think about like, what are these spiritual messages? Are some of them mine? Are some of them more for the community or for the collective? So here we have the bumblebee talking about individual and community power and how to have balance with the spiritual unconscious or the intuition. And now, again, this way, if it's like there's confusion around, well, where do I feel free to drop my ship anchor so I can stay somewhere, and where do I feel free enough to lift it so I can go spiritually? So that's definitely showing up here too, trying to find the balance with that. And then if we go this way again, Aries, we have the dragonfly and the human tooth bone, the listening bells, and the peace doves. So listening for, chewing over and digesting how to have more peaceful energy with the spiritual unconscious intuitive goals, okay? And really going with the flow here with that Pisces energy, the twin fish, not fighting, because if there are spiritual challenges, and going over the details of that, it is going to bring in some new ideas. So I definitely like that here for you. So I hope some of this is starting to make sense or will make sense later here, Aries. But really beautiful reading. And I'm going to take your picture now and I'll post it later on my Facebook page in case anybody wants to look at it again. But yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and come back in a little bit with Taurus because I have to do something really quickly, and I didn't realize kind of what time we were at. So I'll change the titles to just Astro and astrology notes and Aries, and then I'll come back in a little bit with Taurus, guys. But enjoy this time period and take care. And thank you for your energy, your views, your subscriptions, your likes. They're all free ways to support my channel, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, and then later Instagram and TikTok.